Welcome to Car Shenanigans. So much for taking the engine out and getting the oil leaks fixed. I've been out for a test drive. I'm going to show you the carnage under it. My first proper drive of this since the engine's back in, and it's not looking too pretty underneath. Oil. So really not happy about that. I've replaced everything in sight. So I'm going to take the under tray off and see where it's coming from. I've unbolted my engine bracket, and behind there it's dry. There's no oil signs anywhere above this plate, the sump, which is a good sign, because anything further up means sort of, cam belt off, crank pulley off, all that sort of stuff. So that's good news. Now I've decided the best bet to find this oil leak is take my engine mount bracket off, have the engine supported on the transmission jack, and I'll just run it and see if I can see where the oil's coming from, because otherwise I'm just guessing. I don't really want to change this up a sump unless I really have to. I've resealed the sump, ready to put it back on. On the dodgy thread, I've added in a stud now that's bottomed out at the end of the casting, so I should be able to torque up a nut really tight, and we'll see if that makes a difference to my constant leaking. Finally, some good news. The sump is now sealed. Where I put the stud in at the front, I managed to torque up a little bit more, and it's fine. The car's been out a few times and been driven hard, and it's all good, no leaks. The last time I drove the car, I could hear a boost leak, so I'm pressure testing it again. This time I'm going straight to the hoses that go into the charge coolers to bypass the pipes that went into the turbos, because those have only got O-rings on them and they were leaking. And that leak, I'd heard it and I hadn't spotted another leak. So I can hear one on the inlet manifold. You can see the bubbles there coming out on the flange. So that's my leak. So I've got to take the inlet manifold off again. I've just been to TPS to buy some new gaskets for it. The car's now all back on the road. It's running fine. The tune is well off from where it was. I had to recalibrate the throttle body and the boost control solenoid, and the fueling's off, the ignition table's off, so it needs tuning. I've booked it back into Indigo GT in August. So I'll do bits and pieces myself here and there on the road, but it's hard work, and you've got to keep stopping and look at your laptop and another little drive and see how the changes have affected it, and back and forth. It's a pain. My brother's been driving it, and so I got a little bit done with him. I'm struggling a bit with heat management. It's just, at the moment, it's like sort of close to 30 degrees, and the airflow in this car is not brilliant, and everything's getting hot. The charge cooler, the temperatures of the coolant coming into the charge cooler, it's like 35 degrees when you just sort of driving normally, and then on a pull, temperatures coming out at sort of 45 degrees. On one of the logs I saw an air inlet temperature 75 degrees. It's out of control. EGT's 1000 degrees, so it's struggling with the heat. The charge cooler systems, they're more hassle than they're worth, I think. Unless you've got an absolutely huge capacity in your system and huge cores and massive radiators and stuff like that, they just don't keep up. So I'm going to leave it all as it is. I've got the methanol injection, so 50-50 water and methanol, and that's going to do the lion's share. Yeah, I'm not overly worried about it, so I'm just going to get it tuned. One issue I've got is I'm getting a lot of knock, which is not surprising with the temperatures. I've got knock control in the ECU, so there's no risk there. But it's basically, as far as the ECU is concerned, I got hardly any timing in it, and not as much boost as other people are running, and I'm getting knock. So I'm thinking, we're talking sort of 10 degrees less timing in my car. I'm thinking the ECU hasn't quite got the base timing settings right. I've changed the gearbox, so sensor location might be slightly different now for the crank sensor signal. So I'm gonna try and find a timing light that will work with coil packs. Plenty quick enough, but I don't think it's anywhere near the capability of the turbos. So these turbos with the water methanol injection should make high 500 horsepower, but I don't think I'm anywhere near there. Exhaust valves open. Thanks for watching Car Shenanigans. I'll see you in the next one.